Welcome to Mustang News. I'm Emily Perhala.
And I'm Amira Williams. Today, we're starting with excellence, both on the screen and on the field.
We're highlighting a Middle Creek student that presented at the Emmys, the Indoor Track State Championship, and if you're looking to join that legacy, we have everything you need to know about spring tryouts.
It's a lovely February morning, and Valentine's Day is not the only reason to feel festive. Middle Creek is spending February celebrating Black history. This month-long tradition has long been a national keepsake, since 1926, when Carter G. Woodson created Negro History Week. Black History Month as we know it today came later in 1976, when it was officially recognized by President Gerald Ford. Fun fact, Black History Month has a designated theme every year, appointed by the Association for the Study of African American Life and History. This year, the theme is a century of Black history commemorations, which you can help celebrate by remembering African American pioneers like Madam C.J. Walker, who was the first female self-made millionaire, or Addie McDaniel, who was the first Black person to win an Oscar in 1940.
Tensions are rising in Wake County schools as students join a growing movement protesting federal immigration enforcement. Over the past week, hundreds of students at schools, including Southeast, Raleigh, Wakefield Heritage, and Roseville High, have organized walkouts and peaceful demonstrations. The protests come amid community concerns about increased ICE activity in the Triangle area. While rumors of agents near schools have only spread online, Wake County Public Schools says there has been no confirmed enforcement on campuses. District leaders are stressing that schools are safe spaces and that ICE would need a valid federal warrant to enter school grounds. Students do say that their goal is to raise awareness, show support for affected families, and ensure their voices are part of the conversation.
Now for a story about spring tryouts by Solomon Bateman.
As Valentine's Day comes to an end, tryouts at Middle Creek start up again.
So for here at Middle Creek, we have 9 total team sports. That includes varsity and JV throughout the whole spring. Expecting most. So this year has been a different year. Realignment being last year heading into this year. So right now we're still exploring exactly what 6A is going to do for Middle Creek as a whole. I think we're going to have a very productive spring in regards to what our numbers look like and the athletes that are trying out starting today.
We talked with the lacrosse coach to get his insight on the upcoming season.
We expect to have high-level practices and a hard compete level in practice. Our competition isn't always as good as what we put in practice, but if we treat every practice as if it's a playoff game and have an edge to us, we should be able to reach that final game of the year.
We also talked with the lacrosse players to see how they felt about the upcoming season.
One of the things I'm looking forward to in the lacrosse season is getting back to the regional game after we took a devastating loss last year to Carmel Gibbons by 1 point.
And there are many other sports here at Middle Creek in the spring season. This has been Solomon Bateman with Mustang News.
Thank you, Solomon. Now let's hear from Madeline Johnson.
Rehearsals are underway at Middle Creek High School for their production of the Tony Award-winning Broadway musical, Suffs, a powerful story of women who fought for their right to vote. They are the only high school Suffs cast in North Carolina and one of just 12 nationwide awarded with the Younger at the Gates grant. Director Meredith Garrett first saw the show on Broadway and knew it was a story her students had to experience.
Suffs to me is such an important story that doesn't get told enough, and it is a story about how individuals can create change in this country. I'm really excited to bring this story to life and to have my students not only learn the story, but the students involved play people who created changes that are directly impacting the students' lives.
Musically, the show challenges performers with demanding vocals and powerful themes.
Dealing with this powerful source material, I feel that we're slowly coming into the power from that text, and it's really awesome to see.
Suffs will run from April 23rd to 25th at 6:30 p.m. each night in the Middle Creek Auditorium. Tickets are now available to purchase at mchstheater.org.
Reporting for Mustang News, this is Madeline Johnson.
This year, the men's and women's wrestling team had a great season, with the majority making it to regionals, as well as multiple state qualifiers. We had a chance to sit down with Coach Allen, as well as 2 players, and talk about their season.
The best thing about our men's team is right now we're hitting all stripes, right? We're in our postseason where we're driving right now. We are 33-9 in our dual competition, and so like I said, we're coming in the 13 right direction. The girls team is 12-7 in duels. Getting our first dual victory as a team is huge, right? That doesn't happen all the time, so it's been pretty exciting to watch and see happen.
My role as captain was to recruit more girls. Last season we only had 3, and then me and my other 2 teammates recruited 14 more girls, and 11 of those girls ended up making it to regionals.
We have a lot of football players on our men's wrestling team, and so till I would say Christmas, we didn't have many of them. So that was a huge development through our team. It was like, hey, we wrestled a lot of our season without them. How did we piece it together? With that, we finished second in the conference. Once they got in, we started hitting full stride, and you can see that growth, kind of a growth mindset as we're going into the postseason.
I guess it just means that I'm a part of something bigger, you know? I go out on the mat, I'm not just wrestling for me, but for everyone, and I know that we're all going to show up for each other whether we lose or not.
Congratulations to the wrestling team for a wonderful season. I'm Maxwell Catherman, and this is Mustang News.
North Carolina schools face major changes as the Trump administration moves forward with a phased dismantling of the U.S. Department of Education. The federal agency currently provides more than $1.5 billion annually to North Carolina's K-12 schools, including funding for low-income students through Title I and for students with disabilities under IDEA. Educators warn that losing or reconstructing these funds would worsen teacher shortages, strain school budgets, and impact more than 750,000 students statewide. While a full evaluation of this department would require an act of Congress, executive actions have already reduced staffing and shifted some of the responsibilities to other agencies. State leaders do say they are closely monitoring the situation as uncertainty continues over how funding and oversight would be handled moving forward.
For teachers at Middle Creek High School, the recent snow week hasn't exactly been a vacation. It was a disruption to a semester that was already on a tight schedule.
It was interesting because the timing, right? Not having seen the new students, so we hadn't established a routine. Really hadn't obviously started anything. So it was difficult trying to find assignments that you can sort of give to the students that would maybe fill in for what we would do on the first day of class. But it was a tough start.
That tough start is made way harder by the looming AP US History exam. With a month of school effectively lost to testing later, every day now is critical.
Our A-push exam is May 8th. So we lose basically a month of school there, and then really we lost, at least a full week. I think it's nice every now and then when we get an actual, real snow day where families can get outside, kids can, go mess around in the snow. But, obviously after, a few days, it's tough.
As the school thaws out, the race for May is on. I'm Keegan Grimes reporting for Mustang News.
While snow days may be fun, they have consequences, not just on the drive to school, but in the classrooms. With 2 weeks of no in-person education, the advanced placement students are feeling the heat as AP tests approach. And what should have been 4 months of content and learning is condensed into just over 2 months. Teachers are working to ensure that their students know what they need to pass their test this spring. Spring semester for the AP students has always been a bit of a time crunch, and now teachers are working against the clock for the AP test.
Hi, I'm Kai Shimkins of Mustang News. Earlier last week, our very own indoor track team made it to the 6A state championship. This was a huge accomplishment for our track team, with numerous of our athletes placing well. I managed to reach out to Jack Thomas, a senior pole vaulter, and got to ask him a few questions about his experience at the state meet.
My mindset going into states was nervous for sure. I placed third at the meet. I was happy that I at least got podium. I was really close to getting 13, which would have gotten me second, so I'm a little disappointed by that regard.
I'm Kashim Gitz of Mustang News, and I'll send it back to the studio.
Now, on to our next story by Audie Ramakrishnan about a Middle Creek student who presented at the Emmys.
A Middle Creek student was selected to perform at the 40th annual Mid-South Emmys, and we got the chance to interview her.
There was a competition within our class. We had to write a report, and then we all made a video based on one of the Silver Circle, Gold Circle, or Governor's Award members. And we would pick one, and then we would make a spotlight video. I picked Dolly Parton because she inspired me because she's really involved with children's literacy with her Imagination Library, where she provides free books to kids. It was good. It was definitely nerve-wracking, but like once I was up there, I was fine. And it was good to be up there with Gracie too, because like having another person with me was definitely helpful. I started the day and we loaded a bunch of stuff in. After we did that, we went around and helped build an LED wall, which is basically like a big TV type of thing. You take the little tiles and put them together. And then we just went around and talked to a bunch of different people and saw like what they were doing and what they needed help with. And then we also brought in all the trophies, so like all of the Emmy statues from the loading dock. I really liked it. I really enjoyed it. It was super cool to like go and have like a real world experience of what it would be like to work in TV production. So
This has been Audie Ramakrishnan from Mustang News, signing off.
MCHS has a very big community of students in the arts, but recently national cuts to the NEH and NEA have put the funding for the arts on its toes. This is also happening in other arts classrooms, where we have many extremely talented people who want more for their program.
From freshman year to junior year, I've noticed that us as students have had to supply dresses, binders, music.
While there have been many budget cuts to the performing arts, visual arts has still been provided proper funding and resources.
Funding cuts, to be honest, haven't really affected the visual arts program, simply because at Middle Creek High School, we have always had an extremely supportive administrative team.
Overall, this cut in funding has affected many members of our school community. However, our state has been trying its best to continue funding the arts. This has been Will Fairbanks with Mustang News.
For years, the 8100 and 804 trailers have served Middle Creek staff like Dr. Sobolewski and students like Aiden McDonald as spaces for subjects ranging from languages like all 6 levels of Latin to social studies electives like AP Psychology. But now, the trailers and their community are being removed, and the teachers who have used those spaces are being transferred to the main building.
It breaks my heart. We've made a nice little community up here on the hill, and my classroom is different and students love coming here. It's gonna be a rough transition, but we'll deal with it. I've moved rooms before. So many good memories over the years of all the different classes of students and all the fun we had.
And teachers aren't the only ones with fond memories of these trailers.
I've been in this trailer every single semester of my high school career. I don't really like the trailer going away because I feel like these classes have their kind of own home type of feeling to them, which I really think adds to the classes and makes it more fun for the teachers.
This has been Jeremy Jones on the relocation of the 8100 and 804 trailers for Mustang News.
Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm Emily Perhala.
And I'm Amira Williams.
And we will see you guys next time on Mustang News.